document anything. I was sitting here taking like longer to do the like setup of OBS and get the thing going than what I was actually trying to accomplish. But I wanted to share my process because I'm trying to get better about that this year. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, this is what it looks like normally. This is a general norm for me. This is a default at this point. This is a choice. Yeah, I got my little shelf here so I can stay logged in. See me anymore. We're inside of this very funky, cool, textured environment. It's like a lamp. Is the idea is to stretch a lantern so it closes around the audience. Basically, it becomes a world we go inside of. So it's taking a prop, turning it into a world as like a great little elegant way of being like, this is what you can do in VR. Huzzah! Which I think is really cool. And then these kind of shadow puppety cut out images that look terrible right now because this is what it's look like. This is like prototype level, but the idea is that these are shapes that can move and tell a story. And if I then keyframe animate these, they can grow and stretch and become different things, kind of like tangrams. If anyone, is that what they're called? Those little, you make different animals and stuff out of the same square, triangle, and anyway, um, welcome to my brain. The idea is that these would motivate you to turn around the world, taking a lot of inspiration from Corin Wicks, who's done a bunch of onboard. She uses 360 video of dancing to put the audience in the center of the dance and kind of motivate them around the dance, which I think is super cool. And so I started off there basically saying, like, what could I use on a very simplistic, abstract level to tell this story? And I thought I'd start with the shadow of my character. So you see the little NPC's shadow, it can grow, and then that becomes the whole story of like shadow puppets. I don't know, man. So I'm going to try to do that. But the idea is that um, I originally had this like lantern that I've been using forever. If you've been in any of my hubs rooms that are dark, you have seen this lantern. I think I found it from one of the core developers very early on in hubs, my journey with hubs in 2020. They were like, oh, we've got this lantern to kind of show off light, and then I put a 3JS light inside of it that was really expensive and would break the room. And we have optimized that. It is a better light now. However, it's not textured, so I found this lantern that is very cool and textured. Let's see if I zoom out a little bit. Look at that! For hubs, man, get out of here. Like, this is how I feel about all this stuff. It's like all of it feels kind of computer rendered because it is, but it looks cool. Like, this is a very cool. The detail on that is nice, and it is all about this kind of a weathering and texturing that I think can look really cool. So I wanted to basically say, can I steal the metal parts and the glass uh, texturing, weathering, blah, 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 blah. So what I did was I downloaded that model, which is an open source CCO model from Sketchfab. So let's see. Take away the Chrome. My camera is still here. Hello, greetings. And I'm now going to, in Blender, this is what I wanted to do. And I was like, you should stream this. And now here we are on this adventure. So I'm going to import in the GLTF of my lantern somewhere in my downloads, I'm sure. Why wouldn't it be? Here we go. My original OG lantern. What's up? And you can see there's the lantern itself, and then there is this empty that looks kind of like a axis point, and that is the light that's attached to that over in the hubs component. So if we're looking at this, we have all these things, and then there's a light attached to that thing, which is cool. But what I wanted to see is when we actually see the rendered view of this, give it a moment. My poor computer. Look at that. It's not a thing, but it's flat, right? Because that's how that looks. If we now import in the open source model from someone who actually knows what they're doing and is very gifted at this, what would you have done with it? My brain is terrible. I have not slept. That's not a surprise to anyone, including me. But somewhere is... I thought I had this all ready to go. I was so proud of myself. I was like, oh, this is going to be a great thing to show other humans. And that was not true. So let's see. Why is this not... Oh, I get it. I get it. That makes sense. So it's in downloads, but it's in a folder because it was zipped. Because of course it was. So here it is. Aha. Take a minute. It's heavy. Cool. Look at this sexy lantern. That isn't the one I thought it was. Darn it. Which one did I think it was? This is where the time goes. Welcome to Making Things. Oh, and if you're wondering about this, it's so I can make myself sound like a robot. Because this is my little NPC voice. He has voice pedals to make the world more affected. And this is for this song that we're working on right now. It's a brand new song. This is a drop. This is how I drop things unofficially. And play this while I figure out what I did with my life. Soke Jr. coming in with the win as always. Beautiful, beautiful music arrangement. Especially because if y'all would see where these music, we're going to record one of these days, one of the our sessions together, because it starts with me being like bum 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 boo-doo-doo, like it's that level of dumb, and then he makes it sound like this. But to my credit, I do hear it in here ish. Let's see. Where? Now I'm just vamping and covering because my downloads folder doesn't have what I thought it had. Because why would it? Really? Let's be honest. Let's just be honest with ourselves. I've unzipped that, I've unzipped that. Let's unzip this. And unzip everything. Now, let's import that and see if that was what we meant. If anyone hears the little twinkle in the back and has been following my NPC musical journey, I love when musicals self-reference numbers. So this song self-references two other members of the show. I love it. It's so nerdy and awesome. I was gonna say dumb, but it's not dumb. I like what I like. I like musical theater. Always have, always will. Get over it. Now this is just a disaster. Alright. I'm gonna start Blender over while the music swells. I can promise this will not be worth it. Here's the other reference. That's a movement that we use now 3 times in the show. Power in threes. Oh, I forgot that my voice was still affected. Do 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 do. Do 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 I think I've had enough. Alright, well I can now not get these to import into Blender, which means I've completely messed something up. So that's on me. I'm sorry to waste y'all's time, but it's good to check in with you. This is just some accountability. This is me trying to do the things But basically, I want to texture my lantern with these new textures and see if that looks more convincing, compelling in hubs, and then see if it makes it feel like we're in a lit space. And then I can start seeing if those shadow puppets around the lantern look like a thing. We'll find out. Okay, normal voice. Bye.